We're gonna start this episode with a very, very, very special message. Happy birthday to Kevin Kleiner.
Oh, oh my God, thank you so much. I am officially 26, and I just feel like this year is going to be about glowing, blowing, and growing. And I just can't wait to
I know that's
see
right.
what this year takes me. I'm officially like late 20s. Like Edward, someone who's late 40s. Like, is when does it start to hit you?
Well, hold on, because all these messages are rolling in. Let me mute this.
ARP's
They don't
hitting
give a
you
fuck.
up.
I could be 45, 47, 48. It's not cracking.
Do you think there's an age where people stop bottoming? Like it's like a cutoff? Like when do you stop
Oh, yeah,
bottoming?
42. I feel like that's when IBS starts to hit in, like really hard.
Because I'm like, this pussy not gonna stay young forever.
Shit. Well, you gotta use it up right now because you're 26. So happy motherfucking birthday. We're back with another episode of the Talk
Woo!
Drag Race Recap Podcast. Your favorite. We are on iTunes, Spotify, and everything you listen to your favorite podcast too. We're gonna get right into it this week. It's a juicy motherfucking episode, bitch. We at the top 3. This is what we've been waiting for. This is what we were wanting. And not only that, but it's an iconic top 3.
No, I totally agree with you. Like, I feel like I was kind of taken back because, like, I thought they were gonna stop at top 4, like normal seasons, but like, no, like Rue really said this season, like, I want the best of the fucking best. I mean, there wasn't really a lot of the best. Like, you had Monica and James here, but like, Rue
But there's
really
room for everyone.
Rue really like shook the girls. And we're like, no, no, like this season, it's 2 of y'all, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7, not 8. And I was pleased. I was like, yes, let's go to old school seasons, like season 1 and 2, where it was like the top 2 bitches of the season.
Well, speaking of bringing it to the old school, they hit us with the classic, which was our makeover challenge. We start off the episode. You already know who's here, who's left, whose lipstick was picked, who was the lip sync assassin last week. And we get into the juicy tea of the queens are going to have to start doing makeovers on not only other people, but some butch lesbians.
Well, my titties are
And
moving a little too much from me right now. I'm like, oh my God.
what's the letter of the day?
L for lesbian.
And of course, a little fun fact for those of you who didn't know, the reason that the L is in before, LGBT, the start of our alphabets community, is because back in the 80s when we were having our AIDS pandemic, as a community, the only people who wanted to be nurses and were willing to still take on that role were usually lesbian women who were, stepping in the forefront being nurses. And today, Rue decided to give them a special moment and highlight their importance in our community. So we get into the mini challenge to start off, and we get to see the queen's creative and their branding side pretty much. So we're gonna start off with Jessica Wilde. What did you think about her perfume advertisement?
I loved it.
Her
I mean,
pitch.
I love that they're kind of like showing and giving appreciation to Jean Paul Gaultier. I thought that was really interesting. I thought it was a really cute mini challenge. I think Jessica really ate. I feel like I think they all 3 as a collective whole were really, really good. I think Jessica was definitely my favorite within the mini challenge.
Okay, I definitely liked hers a lot too. She had the little piña looking fish. She had the pineapple, and I feel like looking at it, I would have purchased it. Maybe not full price at Macy's, but definitely in the Marshalls
I would
section.
have got a travel size of it. Like, I'm not spending no money on any of these bitches fragrances because I know they all don't smell good. They smell like ripped up panties and the backstage workroom. Like, I'll do a
Well, she
little.
presents it as it smells like pineapples. What do you think it smells like?
If it's Jessica Wild, I feel like it definitely smells like the back of an ETB card. Like, it's been swiped so many times. It has that odor, that like bodega shit. Like, I feel like it
It's
smells
just
like that.
it's just wiped out.
Whoop.
Okay. Production said an earring bag. Well,
Hot
speaking
dog
of
water.
earring bags, the next perfume we end up having is Jimbo's. And she presented, what was hers called?
Something
Let's
white,
think.
probably. Like,
I mean, this should be easy for you to guess then. Why am I blanking on Jimbo's scent? I know she had the black little look. She had the black corset, which was really cute. And I don't know. It makes me excited to see the queens have to kind of like think on their feet. Those are my
yeah.
favorite kind of challenges. So in this mini challenge, they had to grab what they had, grab those corsets, make them little bodysuits. And I think what Jimbo presented was really good. It was well designed, and it's something that honestly, the way that she presented it, you could have said she had a week and a half to work on it. So kudos to
Her
her.
creativity is amazing, but I feel like it definitely smells like one of her titty bibs. Like after a long show, like it definitely has that like little musk, like that,
That sweat.
like a jail doorknob has that type of smell,
Mm.
like something like that. But I feel like it'd
But
be
it
kind of hot.
definitely smells like bologna. I think she missed a moment there. You
Bitch, that
see,
would have been a great fucking branding, Edward. That's genius. Like something bologna smell, like cold cuts, ShopRite aisle, like all that gag.
yeah, I feel like now thinking about it, when that challenge is to see your marketability, and she really should have done bologna perfume.
So now when you're on season 23, you need to do bologna perfume.
Bologna perfume. Actually, mine is gonna be bacon. I have to do something different. I'm gonna throw bacon slices out like my twat.
I hope it's turkey. I don't eat pork.
I'll have one for each nut. I'll do like bacon on the right nut and then like turkey on the left nut.
I'll catch it in my mouth like, oh.
And speaking of nuts, we have then Candy.
Your segues are just, they're never like,
They're just iconic.
I feel like candies would probably smell like a BLT or maybe like
Like
halal. Like, do you know when you're really, really drunk and you eat the halal like on the
with
side
extra
street?
white sauce.
Like production said the MTA subway. I feel like it's giving that Candy's also super creative. I really liked her outlook on the mini challenge. I just can't like picture her smelling good. Is that bad? I feel like she's like
I think that is bad and it's a stretch watching my phone. No, maybe not good, but I feel like you ever like mix poppers and ketamine?
I've never done ketamine.
Me neither. But whatever it smells like, I feel like that's what that probably smells like, and it has the same effects on you.
Oh no, if
So,
you smell candies, you're definitely getting a head high. Like there's no way it's not going to give you the same experience as like a super rush or a jungle juice. And I'm
that's the
kind of with it.
slogan. Head high, hoe loose, Candy Muse.
Marketing. You would have won that mini
I
challenge.
need to get on this marketing scene, bitch. Now.
Girl.
But anyways, we end up wrapping up. They present, they do their photo shoot, and we see that the winner of the mini challenge is no one else but Jessica Wilde. And
Scandalo.
well deserved. Well deserved. I think she had a concept. I feel like it was something that I could see, on one of those little stands on the
Yeah.
side, and I would stop, spray the little paper, and be like,
It's giving like the old school like Paris Hilton, Britney Spears like circus fragrances,
fancy.
like the Mariah Carey butterfly on the top. Like I remember when I was younger, this is when I was first feeling my like femininity. I would hide into my aunt's bedroom. Dina, if you're watching, I'm sorry. This is the reason why you don't have any of those fragrances. I used to steal her Mariah Carey fragrances and douse myself and just look in that mirror and just look cunt. And then I would hear my grandfather come and then go into my brother's room and spray Axe chocolate
Ooh.
to overdo it. And he'd be like, "You smell like a little whore." Lo and behold, now I'm a 26-year-old whore. So,
And that smell is exactly what Jimbo's probably smells
oh,
like.
100%.
Chocolate, Axe, and Mariah Carey's butterfly top perfume. Thank you, Aunt Dina,
Fuck that bitch.
for that. Like, it's not a mental image, but bitch, we all smell it now.
Like you just, I
Mm.
love that drink.
Kind of like roasted cornuts on a summer eve.
In boxers,
In boxes.
Chelsea.
Nah. So we see that Jessica Wilde wins, bada bing, bada boom, and Shorty wins 25K off the rip, off the top. Once I saw that shit, I said, oh, bitch, run.
That's rent.
Dun, 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 dun.
I know if I was in any type of season and the moment I win like 500, I'm like, yo, I'm out. Like, I'm gonna leave because I got my coin. Like, once I get like 2 months of rent out, girl, y'all got the crown. Like,
But how much is rent anyway? Shit.
so right now it's a sickening supply of $900.
That shit hits. It hits. Next topic.
Please.
Well, I hope that she's enjoying her 25K. Jessica, we had to ask the iconic Spanky if she received her money. So we're asking you, did you receive your money? And we hope that you did. Let us know. Comment below, ho. And if you haven't watched that interview with Spanky, make sure to check it out on our YouTube channel, Instagram page, and go back 2 episodes. Get into it, huh?
Y'all ate that interview. I was so sad I could not be there, but seeing my sisters and seeing Spanky read my good sis, calling her, "Oh no, you're a drag princess." She gathered the girls, but I was living because you really
But
are
it
the
was
drag
cute.
princess. You really are
Like,
the drag princess.
I love it because it's kind of like Bippity boppity boo.
Because
Like,
a
bitch,
princess becomes a queen sooner or later. So
sooner or later, bitch, the
hello,
queen has to die, and I will rise.
but Nikki will never die.
Oh, never. No, we're like dead ass. Never. That's a serious. Anyway, so we're here for a reason, and it's to recap the last show. So, bada ba ba boo boo boo. We're getting into the maxi challenge, which we already shared in the beginning. Spoiler. We get the lesbian bitches in the room, and we
Lesbian
start to see.
butches.
We get to see. I feel like we get to see kind of a different side of the queens too, because if you think about it, on Drag Race, it's very rare that we're getting women and also women that are lesbian and women that are more,
Cisgender too.
cisgender and male presenting. I feel like we've gotten like our guest, and we have Michelle, which is kind of like, is that a woman? But we get the queens, they're meeting their partners, and since Jessica won, or since Jimbo won actually, she got to decide how it was going to be split off based off team. And I think as we get to see them, they're all kind of like vibing off, they're already kind of clicky. But the person who has, I feel like, the hardest challenge is Jessica, just because not only is there a person whose name I wish we had,
Kitty Wild.
Katie Wild. Meow, how could we forget? Kitty
Meow.
Wild is kind of more reserved, a little more shy. But Jessica's really trying to work with her and make sure to like she feels comfortable throughout the experience. Where we see kind of the other queens, such as Candy. I feel like Candy was very much like bitch, get with the program and figure it the fuck out. And someone who I think struggled a little bit with that was Jimbo, because although Jimbo's partner was very open and exciting, definitely was not as open to Jimbo's image on the clownery side.
I feel like with this, just as reach back about like lesbians in general, I feel like I kind of like how they highlighted, because I do feel like in our community, the lesbians are kind of not really looked at or not really celebrated. And with me, I trust lesbians. Like I trust them. Imagining having a task and having two gays do it or two lesbians. You already know the gays are gonna bitch and whine. The lesbians are gonna put their money where their pussy is, and they're gonna fucking put the work. So I thought that this overall maxi challenge was a great idea. I also love the makeover challenge because you really get to see the queens collaborate with somebody else other than themselves.
Or
I
another
really
queen.
liked like I mean, it was kind of odd to have a makeover challenge this late. Like there's only 3 queens, so there's not, it's really like what is good and what is bad. Like there's no room for fuck ups. Like whenever I
Yeah.
think of makeover challenges, I think of Rose and Tina Burner and that fucking shit show.
Those
So
eyebrows.
I was gagged. I was definitely super excited, and I feel like it's kind of hard because now you're putting all your marbles into someone else's jar. It's kind of like they need to fill the fantasy, or you're gonna go home. So I feel like Candy did have a good approach of like, listen, like we need to get in it or get out. Like there needs to be like 100% or 0%, because at the end of the day, it's like now the lipstick's not really in your hands, it's in your partners. They could choose either to fuck it up for you or they could really fucking excel for you. So
So late in the game.
yeah, like I feel like it was definitely nerve-wracking, but overall I do think all the queens had good interactions with their lesbians.
Yeah. And
Lesbians.
fantasy was served indeed. As they walk the runway, we see the beautiful gowns that they're only paired up and matching, but we get to see their little walk. So let's get the fuck into it.
Or
Whoever he is, drag
lesbian.
resemblance. Up first,
What is she?
Kitty Wild and Kitty Wild.
That who is she guessing?
Gaga gorgeous.
Ooh.
The Wild Sisters.
Okay, I definitely see the
Now let's
resemblance
take
in the
some
outfit.
Yo, Kitty's stiffer than a
and
fucking
Jessica
dick.
Wild are
No,
giving
that,
you the lesbian Lady Gaga fantasy.
But you could definitely
She's
see
looking
Kitty's
fierce, and we are walking the
confidence
runway
boost
like
up
wild
throughout the
predators.
episode.
Meow.
That wig is going
Yes.
nowhere because I glued that on. She's gonna have that wig forever, baby.
They
I know
call
she
this
wants that
look
wig.
Just the tips.
They bring up a good point. 4 of them.
No, it was really good.
They're just like Britney and Madonna.
A scandalo.
Yeah, escándalo.
Up next, Jimbo and Sissy Delicious.
Jimbo painted the hell out of that face.
Her makeup has improved so much from her original season.
Drag fairy grandmother.
Sparkle, sissy,
The
sparkle.
thing that
Did
I
you
feel
scone
too
those tits?
is Jimbo's makeup looks kind of like
We are
moist
looking
and
like two sexy
three-dimensional,
sisters,
where
and
Jessica's
we've
is
just
very
entered the
flat.
hottest
If that
new
makes
lesbian
sense.
club. Two
Yeah.
social butterflies out on the prowl. Oh my god, it's exhausting being this hot.
They're
Like,
BFFs.
that looks like her
Breast
fucking
friends
skin.
forever.
You've heard of the Judds, right?
Yeah.
These are the Jugs. See
That
you
one
at
did get me.
Caesars.
Bye.
Bye.
Up next, Candy Muse and Cookie
Yes.
Muse.
Ooh,
This
ginger
had
is
such a
snapping.
resemblance of the twins from
Baby, Cookie Muse and
Rugrats.
Candy Muse are
Oh,
giving you
Phil
the
and Lil?
Ostel 6
Yeah.
go
Yes, 8.
realness.
And I love Cookie Muse. That's such a cute
We
like
are long lost sisters in London. Look over there, it's the Big Ben.
Oh, Beehive.
Carson,
And
shut
let
the
me
fuck
tell
up.
you, she
it
is
was a great presentation.
feeling it,
I would
babe.
say like
She said, touch all of the
Candy
skin,
had one
honey.
of the most
Touch it.
bitches.
Candy made this
And
cookie
she
in her
turned the hell
loving
out.
oven.
I can smell it from here.
It's preheated.
Yeah.
That was cute. They ate that. I
No,
feel
that
like they
was.
all did good.
I mean, we'll get into each individual look, but I feel like there was only one true standout that gave me like makeover challenge in a essence, and we'll get into it.
Well, right after we have the queens not only show their fucking looks, but Rue decides to make them also lip sync, which really did gag me.
Yeah, I low key hate when they have like the makeovers or like the guest judges lip sync. I feel like we're low key laughing at them, not with them. Like even like during Snatch Game when those two bottoms were like lip syncing for their life, I was kind of
No, I hated that for them.
like I'm on this show to see my motherfucking queens lip sync and serve lip.
Prince.
Like I don't want to see these fucking random bottoms I would see on Hell's Kitchen.
Well, I feel
stream.
like if I was brought on as a special guest, like, bitch, I want to lip sync, but also, like, I'm gonna lip sync for my life. Like, I'm gonna serve pussy con cunt because, yeah, I'm gonna run it back to who was it? Was it George's? Who the fuck was the last lip syncer? Oh, Nikki Doll. Oh my goodness.
We all forgot to. So did Rue.
What the fuck was that?
Yeah, it was. I mean, girl, we don't have to get into it because there's no time even spent talking about that lip sync.
Next. So, of course, we get on the runway. We're looking at Jessica and Kitty Wild's look. What do you think about it?
Again, like this is one of the out of the three looks that it just doesn't scream makeover to me. I get it, the blonde hair is very reminiscent of each other. They both had the same dark brown root. The outfits both have points, but both of these look like Jessica pulled them out of her closet and was like, "Oh, I have this look that looks almost like this look, so you're gonna wear this look, so it looks like my look." And I mean, from the chest up, yes, it's giving makeover challenge just because the makeover is makeovered. But again, like I was kind of underwhelmed for a top 3 to be this like bodysuit leotard type of thing. I wasn't very much into it. It was kind of a regret for me, low-key. I mean, on their own though, they look good. Like if she just wore this as like a lipstick assassin or like for something, but on their own, it's a regret for me. What about you?
Yeah, I feel like when I think about it in the level of the competition where we're at, then it's a regret because I didn't even think about how it really is just kind of like a little bodysuit, little leotard type shit. The points are, the resemblance is there. Don't hold me. But I also feel if we're considering performance and the way you walk down the runway, her partner, Kitty Wild, her daughter, held her down. That's her anchor, and not in the best way. Oops.
Yeah, it's a regret for me.
Next, we have the greatest look that I think has hit the runway of RuPaul's Drag Race.
Production, hello.
And maybe not the best thing, but it was really good. I liked it a lot.
So next we have Candy Muse and her lesbian drag sister. What was it?
Cookie.
Oh, Cookie Muse. What do you think about this look? Because I already know that you're gonna eat up whatever she gives you.
Well, Cookie with a K, I kind of like was mad that I didn't think about it because I'm like, what the fuck? It's just so in your face, and it's like, what the fuck? Why not? So I like the name. It wasn't predictable, but it was like, come on, why not? Then I also like the way that she worked with Shorty. And let's be real, walk that stage with confidence, and like you would have thought that they had weeks to prepare for this again. I think it was good. The concept was great. The outfits look good. I do agree with what the judges said. I feel like that the partner's dress could have been a lot more fitting. It was very like it just looked unfitting.
which I disagree on fully because that like bodice and that look is supposed to be boxy. Like it's supposed to be like that 1920s type of look. It's supposed to not have. It's supposed to be like straight out triangle and then legs. But overall, with me, I think that this is the best Candy has looked the entire season. I feel like the look. I feel like this looks like a makeover challenge. Like they're not the same looks, but they have the same color scheme. They have the same shape. Like the
Yeah.
even the bows are coinciding with the different colors, and they match again with the garments. I overall think that this is an amazing look. I think that Candy out of the three was the only true that gave me like this is a makeover
One
challenge.
makeover.
Like this is what is the makeover is about, is making your drag daughter or drag sister look like she's in the House of Muse. And with the other two, I didn't see House of Wild or House of Clown. Like this is a fucking probably my biggest wet for Miss Candelisa Kevin Muse. Like this bitch fucking
Come on,
Devour.
Candelisa. That
Like-
is a big thing from one Kevin to another.
like Kevin's. We just know what's correct with a K.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Okay. Ooh, all right. Good as
It's
well.
a wet though. It's a wet.
It's definitely a wet. But I do have to disagree with the fact that you said that she's the only one who executed makeover, because I feel like Jumbo did a really good job. The dresses do look kind of like the same as Jessica Wilde, where it was like, bitch, I have this that looks like this, let's make it work. But the way that she turned this woman's face, that's paint.
The paint is good, but like everything else, it's kind of like boring. Like I wish Jimbo just went into her full creative. I feel like she just like I feel like she got stuck where she kind of wanted to please her partner more than she wanted to
Absolutely.
please herself. Like, bitch, you're in a competition. Make that bitch a clown. And if she doesn't like it, guess what? She's not the one in the competition. You are, bitch. I feel like this was a missed opportunity for her to really take her mind and put it not only on herself but on another person. Both these dresses you could buy off Fashion Nova. I know that why, because I have probably the one on the left in my closet right now that I was gonna wear for my birthday. Like Jimbo's makeup is obviously fucking phenomenal. She has grown exponentially when it comes to doing her mug, but everything else is kind of like cute ball. Like I would not know where this
It's
would be
safe.
fitting. Yeah, it's very safe, but not safe for top three. And from what we come to expect from Miss Jimbo the drag clown, I would expect something like whenever she kind of hit the runway, we were all like, oh my God, like with the Adam and Eve outfit when she turned around and she was Adam, all that. Like this was just very, like, it was too safe, like way too safe. So it's a really big regret for me. And it sucks because I'm a Jimbo fucking stan, but like, we're gonna, like we always say, we're gonna hold these queens to the expectation that they put on themselves throughout the competition. And I'm sorry, Miss
I
Jimbo,
respect you for that.
like you at a 10 every fucking week, and then you chose the top three to be at a 3. And I'm sorry, like this was I think probably the worst out of the 3.
I will respect that. I feel like I came in with the mindset of a wet, but now that I look at it,
It's
Yeah.
dry, bitch. Like it's
it's very
listen,
flat.
Like
The
I
makeup might be moist, but the outfit is like the ensemble togetherness, the cohesiveness. Because even, I mean, yeah, purple and pink hair and like
this is a drag race competition, and you're coming out looking like a Fashion Nova model. I don't watch this to be Fashion Nova's next drag fucking superstar. I want RuPaul's next drag superstar. I want my drag queens to be drag queens. I want to feel the fantasy. This is giving me too safe, too woman, too like. I don't want to see what I see on the
But that's-
runway. What I would see at Boxers or what I see at like the Ritz. Like this is giving Ritz. I'm a 21-year-old. It's my birthday. I'm gonna hang out with my gay friends and dance. Like no, it's a fucking regret for me. A big, probably one of my biggest regrets besides anything that Monica has shown.
oh, wow. That's a lot coming from Kevin. I live for your truth because I feel like it's
Speaking
been
my
a while.
truth right now.
No, it's been a minute since I feel like we've gotten you like
Heated. Like I.
I live. Well, yeah. Obviously, hoes go to the back and celebrate, and we're at a point in the competition where if you don't win the challenge, you are at the motherfucking bottom. And
I
lo
hate
and
that. Though.
behold,
I hate that.
how did the cookie crumble?
Dun, 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 dun. The winner of this week's challenge is the rightfully so, the better of the worst, Miss Candelisa Moose.
Candelisa Musui.
And she wins a sickening amount of $5,000 cash prize, courtesy of Cash App.
Yeah. Well, she won that fair and square. Even after reviewing it, it was a complete makeover through and through, head to toe. So shout out Kanzi for that.
Tens.
Next up, we follow that hoes gotta go to the back and vote. And lo and behold, this is where shit really starts to get juicy.
Which
Because
I
now,
thought this was so fucking weird. Like, no shade, but like, obviously they're both gonna vote for each other. So I feel like the lip sync was kind of a waste opportunity. I feel like they should just give it, like, giving it to like who we're gonna announce the lip sync assassin. Like, I just feel like it was kind of like, girl, like, just let Candy do it, because like, if
it was
the lip-
juicy.
like if the lip sync assassin wins, both
But then-
bitches are gonna vote for each other,
We gotta have like a Bandela Creme moment type shit. Like Ho votes herself out.
and they vote Michelle.
Because I was obviously Candy had already said it. She's like, if it comes back to me, I mean, it's gonna come back to me at one point because they're not gonna vote for themselves.
Yeah, of course.
And that kind of went over my head. And also when our lip sync assassin, who this week is the motherfucking queen of Canada, Priyanka.
Pranka, the fucking winner of Canada season fucking 1. Like, that bitch, just to talk about our girl fucking Pranka, I feel like she was such a deserving winner of her original season. I feel like she really set the standard for what a winner in Canada is looking like. She has taken over the charts. She's taken over Drag Race. I feel like she is an amazing overall queen. I love how she looks. She's gorgeous. She could fucking eat, like, with a music track. Like, come through. Shout out to that song. That song is a
My favorite.
pride jam. And I heard tea about this, is that supposedly she
What
she
is it?
asked production if she could be a lip sync assassin.
That's so kind.
Like, she
Uh,
literally was like, hey, like, I'm gonna be in town, do you mind if I pop in and do something?
If
But-
there's no space for you, you make your space.
And I kind of love the moment. I was watching the Roscoe's viewing, as we always do. We love Roscoe. Shout out to Roscoe's on YouTube. I loved seeing her like react to herself come out, because this is the first time she's in front of RuPaul, and like, you're not really a Ru girl until you're in front of RuPaul. Like, Canada's, Sweden, Spain's, Mexico's, like, you're Drag Race girls, but to be a Ru girl and to be in front, and Ru said her name, and that's all that she wanted, that validation. So seeing her cry during the Roscoe's viewing party, it was beautiful, because like, that's bitch, like, that's yes, you won, but to
But
be
you're a Ru
recognized
girl.
by not just the queen, but the queen of drag, bitch.
And to win the lip sync. So Priyanka serves pussy cunt cunt. She wins the lip sync, and that $10,000 that would have been Candy's or rolled over to the following week is now put onto the Fame Game funds.
Monica needs it, so she better win that shit.
So in that, as we find that out, we also find out that boom, Miss PP Priyanka pulls out 2 lipsticks. I was low key gagged. I don't know
Wait,
why. I was
Ru,
like,
I have 2 lips. Like, bitch, obviously. I was still gagged though. Like, even though I knew it was gonna be 2, I was like, oh, they're
Yeah.
both going home. Candy just won.
Yeah. But then we're fucking gagged because as they go to the back, it's revealed both of these bitches done voted for the other hoe. So now it goes back to the winner of the week, which is Candy Muse. And as we see, she was kind of in a little bit of a pickle because she had this alliance with Jimbo that we didn't know if it was going to see itself all the way through, who was going to stab one another first. And then we also have this like relationship that like Jessica and Candy have. And no tea, no shade, bitch. It's like, that's the sister. It's like, oh, like Latina sister or Jimbo, my bestie, like, hoo hoo ha 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 ha.
They were also touring prior to this, so like, they already built that relationship prior. And yeah, who does Candy choose? Let's hear it.
Candy pulls out, well, wait, oh yeah, she pulls out her lipstick, and it ends up being that she votes out Jessica Wilde. The room is gagged.
I was gagged because of this, for this reason. 2 things. 1, I appreciate, and what I could see is the moral standpoint of Candy's actual like moral human being inside. Like, she had an alliance, and she did not pull no Alexis, fake ass Michelle, and eliminate everyone that she made an alliance with or that she was cuckoo kissing on. She was like, listen, like, I want to go against the best. I'm gonna go against the best, and that's my sister, and I made that pact. Double-edged sword. You just lost the competition, in my opinion. Like, you chose either to lay in a fucking cage with a chihuahua or a pit bull, and you're like, oh no, the pit bull's fine, I'm cute with her. Like, I feel like she kind of set herself up to fail, but then you also look like she's gonna go against the best. So it was kind of like, girl, what are you doing? You did not come to play, because if you really came to play, you would have kept Jessica's ass, who had more bottoms and less wins than you, and you would have ate. But
Yeah, but isn't that? Oh my gosh, I'm actually at and a little bit of a dizzy on this one because
Like, who would you choose if you were Candy in that moment? Would you choose
Uh-huh.
someone who is a competitor for wins, or someone who's less than you, who you probably have more of a chance of winning against?
well, I wouldn't say that Jessica's less than Candy.
But
Um,
statistic wise, she has more bottoms and less wins.
yes, that's a fair point. I don't know. I do not know. I think
I would
that
have
is
fucking
actually
sent home Jimbo. I'm like, you have your 4 wins.
yeah,
You need the
but
money.
bitch,
Bye.
sis, think about it like this. Let's say we both get onto season 23, and we made this pact, and we're like, we're seeing it through, and bitches have tried to make lies and split it up and da 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 da.
True.
And now it's me, you, and some random bitch that we met just 4 weeks ago.
True.
And it's like
I'd
that
be
bitch
loyal
could
to
be
you.
ass, but I'm also gonna be like, damn, like if this bitch is my biggest competition, at least one, if I lose, I'm not losing. Two is like this is my best friend, so it's like, bitch, your crown is my crown. So bitch, we ride into every tour, da 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 da. Obviously, the booking and the crown and the money is gonna go into your name, but it's also like, if not me, then you.
Do you know what? Like, I give you
Especially if
that.
you're the best, you know what I mean. But then off of a quick lick, I'm also like, I love you, bestie bitch, but you're gonna be the one that's riding with me when I'm, getting my
That's the
scepter.
thing. It's like
Da,
it's
da, da,
such a
da.
weird standpoint. It's like now that you brought that up, I could like, if it was me and you, I'd be like, yo, like that's my bitch through and through. But like, also, I would look at you and I would talk to you during deliberations, be like, yo, like if I win this shit, I'll give you like 10K. We good? We good still, man? Like
I'm
I'll buy
like,
you. I'll get you new teeth. Like you want like new wigs? I got you. But let me just win this for us.
mm-mm.
Like,
I
but it's kind of iconic, no, that like Candy Muse is top 2 Muse twice. Like,
used twice, bitch. No,
and I
that's
remember
fucking
during her
amazing.
season, like when it was the top 2, I was like, she's never gonna win. I really thought she was gonna eat. Like when it was her and Simone lip syncing, the moment she brought out the flag of the Dominican Republic at the finale, I was like, yo, no, Candy just won.
Yeah.
So Candy's iconic. She's a star in her own. I'm so glad that she's one of the only queens, like Raven, and there's a few others, but not many, to say that you're top 2 of the season twice.
Twice.
222 angel numbers.
That's the title, baby. But hopefully she goes from top 2 to winner. Or if not, Jimbo. And that'll be a moment for Candy to really be like, damn, I should have picked XYZ lipstick or not. I don't know how the cookie's gonna crumble, to tell you the truth. My fucking theory of delusion is that we're getting a double crowning. And I put this on Twitter and everyone said that I was crazy and they said,
You
child,
are.
please. And yeah,
Yeah.
everyone has to be a little crazy, right? Right before some iconic shit, it's always some like crazy shit. Like at some point, Beyonce saying like, I want to be put on this rope and I want to like fly through this stadium and sing my song and do flips sounded crazy to someone, but she did it. And it's an iconic Beyonce thing, you know what I mean? So it's like,
I feel like with
I'm
a
just an
double
icon in the making.
crowning, I feel like this would be a right time to do it. I feel like I still don't justify Trinity and Monet's. I think Trinity did do better in the competition more than Monet. I could say with this one, I could see a double, whatever. What is kind of funny to me is that like I'm gonna just quickly reference the RuPaul's Drag Race Instagram because Candy also brought to our attention via Twitter about the likes and like the huge difference of like the team Jimbo and the team Candy. Because right now Candy has 49K
Mhm.
likes. Team Jimbo has 168K. So she has, I'm not good at math, I'm a bottom, but like 100K more basically, like than her. But Candy came to Twitter and was like, bitch, it don't matter about who fucking likes who. Doesn't matter about what fucking likes what or what Instagram page posts bullshit. Like, which I kind of love. It's like it kind of gives you also that moment of like, yo, like who really could win this? Because right now, I think personally, I'm Team Jimbo, and I think Jimbo will win. But like, it's moments like that, like, yo, this can go anywhere. Because you know how they always film 2 tapings.
Yeah. So
Like
that's where
you
I'm
can
at.
pull the
too.
patch.
I think that I feel like this brings us full circle as our season's coming to a wrap. But as the standards have changed sometimes for the queens, for example, that Rusical where Jimbo was saved and should have been in the bottom,
Yep.
I think that's what's happening here and where the opportunity is presenting itself because at the end of the fucking day, production's production, of course. Drag is drag, Ru is Ru. And Rue's gonna fuck with what's real. And I'm not
Hello.
saying Jimbo's fake. And I think whoever earns this crown, if they both do, if one of them do, it's well deserved. But I wouldn't be absolutely gagged because it could go either way with the storyline, right? Candy, top 2, right? She holds that title, travels a little bit, does another All Stars, pulls a Shangela, pops out of a box, wins that season, knocks it out the park, bada bing, bada boom, right? Or they do a top 2 season. Then you have Jimbo winning, which whatever the likes are on her side, which is marketing availability. But not what do you stand for and what do you fall for, because Jimbo does, I guess, speak up for what she stands for, but who has longevity? And it's like, I think they both do.
I think they both do. Like,
And it's like,
I agree with you on that. I feel like it's weird because like I see like this, like Candy, like with Jimbo, because Jimbo kind of exhausted her like All Stars. Like she did UK versus the world, and now she's doing like regular season. So that's 2 All Stars. Like I feel like they might give to Jimbo because I feel like Candy gives me like a versus the world winner. Like Candy gives me like she's good enough to go against the best, and really show, even if it's a global All Stars. Like I could see Candy going, because again, like I still want more Candy. I feel like even with this, like with Jimbo, I've kind of exhausted what I want to see from her. I see amazing snatch games, amazing everything. With Jimbo, I'm kind of fine with, but like with Candy, like I want
you
more.
want more.
I don't want this to stop. Like I don't want like this to
Yeah,
stop.
it's
I want
exciting.
more.
It's exciting, and I think that's what it comes down to too, where it's like they can give they could give Candy the crown because it's unexpected and it'll have like major shockwave in the conversation of what drag is in Drag Race, right? But then it's like Jimbo is like, we've already seen her give her best, and you know we know her brand, we understand her brand, she understands her brand. With Candy, Candy keeps you unexpected, on your toes, you don't know what's next, which is I've been saying since our fucking like second season of recording. I'm like, Drag Race is starting to evolve where they're trying to like make these like side pocket shows, and a spin-off is gonna be a spin-off like Rue Brother or some shit like that. Like it's gonna be like something about hoes living in like actual reality
I would
and
love
doing
to see
drag.
Candy in like a setting that's like like you said, like a fucking Big Brother. Like I want to see like the behind the scenes, them living together. I want to see Candy be the first ever queen to get physical and fuck somebody up. Like that's what I'm gonna live for.
Well, no, I don't wish that on her. But think about it
No,
like
she
this.
won't lose though.
Imagine a season of kind of like a Big Brother or a challenge or Survivor kind of styled, and it's Candy Muse, Diabetti, Taste. Bitch, that 3 alone is, you're sitting your ass down for that hour and a half premiere, 2-hour premiere. Like you're like, I'm watching the show. I don't know what this is gonna be, because think about it. We also have Dracula, which is starting to like have that mix of like these bitches have to do wild ass challenges, and then they have that cool little video like acting scene where as they're leaving. So it's like Drag Race, how can we rebrand? How can we incorporate challenges that are a little more aggressive? You know what I mean? So
Like I want to
won't
see
be
Candy
surprised in
jumping
few
out of a
years.
plane.
Think about how funny that would be. Fuck you.
So Edward, before we run off about how amazing Candy Muse is, because she is, who do you think is going to win the Fame Games besides Monica? She's not in it.
The
You have to have
good old
Fame.
Fame Games. Well, the Fame Games I think just started with Jessica entering the race.
Thank you. I
So-
was gonna literally say that's how I know we're sisters. The Fame Games have officially started now that we have someone that has fame. Now
Maybe.
we let the little girls like Darian and James and Kasha have their little cute little hokey
Well,
pokey
wait, we
rundown.
said little girls and you started with Darian.
She's little mentally. Her Drag Race budget this time was little.
But I will say Shorty was holding her end of the game on the Fame Game. Like Darian Lake was serving looks up until Jessica just got into that bitch. Because Naysha, I'm dripping in ice. I'm a frozen, whatever the fuck she
I'm
says.
dripping in ice. I'm frozen. I'm a snow bunny. Like in the most fucking monotone ass voice.
Like what? I don't know. Like she really lost me. She had an opportunity to rebrand herself. So it's like she's out of the fucking race for me in the Fame Game. And the looks were just like, you pulled this all out of your closet.
I
like
I think
gorgeous. It's
Kahana-
gorgeous. It's not to, like, because bitch, I don't got no drag shit, so I really can't be like. But at the same time, bitch, I have an opinion, and I can say that don't look good, that look good. And for the level of All Stars, once again, we are not judging you as a person. We are not judging your drag. We are judging your drag in this competition.
Okay,
And for the
Dracula.
Fame Game, it just was not it for me. So she's out of the running. Darian, like, I wouldn't be mad. Yeah, maybe she's not gonna be the ideal pick that we would want to win, but it's like I wouldn't be mad at it. Monica, I would love for us to kind of do like that GoFundMe kind of vibe. Like if we can vote for her, that would be really good. And that's like no, like it's
You
this
can't say no
people-
shade to that. You cannot say no shade to that because that was you just said we need to get Monica a GoFundMe, which I second. I think that bitch needs. With the fame games, I think
That was so shady of me.
like you can't even say no shade. You just came for her bank account, which is probably
Well-
overdrawn. I think that the fame games could be a double win. I would love to see Kahana because I think Kahana stepped every part of her pussy up, literally stepped it up. Like she literally got a BBL to step her pussy up. And I think
Pussy up.
like I do think that now this is Jessica's to win. I feel like you could see in the comments the fans wanted a Jessica versus Jimbo. So now it's gonna be like, what can we get our good sis next?
A
But
win,
what
yeah.
kind of you know what kind of sucks when I think about the top two. Say Jimbo wins. Candy really has no way to win because she can't be put into the fame games.
Well, you know how they're gonna pull it. Whoever wins second place, they're gonna be like, oh, and you win $75,000.
Which bitch, I'll be glad. Like when Lady Camden won like what was like 50K for
Mhm.
just fucking losing, I'd be like, oh girl, like I'm
But
good.
think about it, these hoes have won a good amount of money. Candy won 35K in one episode, plus the just last 5K, that's 40K. And
Plus
then
10K.
whatever she wins at the end, whatever. Then it's Jimbo also won a ton fucking money. And then Jessica just won 25K on top of the 35K that she and then these hoes they like I'm sure they spent a pretty penny on the fits, but also a true queen is gonna know how to figure out a budget, figure out how to make it work. Cause Jimbo, what does Jimbo know how to sew? No, yeah, she knows how to sew. Jessica knows how to sew, or at least fucking hot glue. I mean, she don't know how to sew, but she knows how to at least hot glue gun some shit and make.
We
it
need to
look
start
hot.
learning how to hot glue. We need to sit
Oh.
in your Brooklyn apartment and start hot gluing. Not her pulling out the Michaels kit.
I've been ready, huh?
If you
Like-
could see, if for all of our viewers watching this on either YouTube or on Spotify, you could literally see Edward. He has a trusty spot.
How else do you think this hat's on my head? Not coming
Bitch,
off.
I remember when fucking Tyra Sanchez hot glued earrings onto her ears during her season. That's how I knew she won.
You gotta do what
Or
you gotta
King
do.
James, I'm sorry. But before we run on, Edward, who is your winner of All Stars 8 of RuPaul's Drag Race? Who's your winner?
Well, for the fame game, I'm gonna lock in my answer with Jessica Wilde, and for the All Stars 8 run,
Be real.
baby. One thing about me is I keeps it real. I'm Shangela. I keeps it real.
Okay, Bujanini.
I want. It's not about being bouginini. Like, bitch, I will recite this whole fucking scene.
You could look like you stepped off for a Jerry
I-
Drive. I could never look like that. You're right. You can never
True.
be glamour.
True.
Baby, all because you got a sugar daddy that pays for the.
Oh,
Where this
Sugar
bitch here? I got a sugar daddy. I don't have a
let
sugar
alone have some old man shackled up in the basement paying for all of my drag.
I don't have a sugar daddy. If I want a sugar, I probably get one because I'm what? Sickening. You are not that type of. You never get a sugar. And every time I work hard, I got the poof. Then Mariah Paris once said, like, oh, the gowns.
Well, I'm gonna stick my answer to Candy. I think based off politics and we're doing track record and also predictability, Jimbo got it in the bag. If it's to gag the fucking girls, it's gonna be Candy Muse. I think it's gonna come down all to however the fuck.
I
the girls
wouldn't be
want
mad
to
though.
go
Like,
out.
I'm Team Jimbo, but like, I would love the gag of like, yo, Candy just won. And I know Aja is somewhere in the back, like, fucking bitch.
I don't
Fucking-
know. I just feel like it's so iconic. But anyways, however it ends up playing out, I'm excited for whoever leaves with this crown. I'm ready for our fucking new season in January. I'm excited. Like, I think although All Star 8 so far has not been everything our heart has desired in the sense of like in your face and the drama, similar to also season 8, because like these bitches wasn't beefing, but they also had amazing drag to present. I'm just excited for this new season. I love learning a new queen. I love seeing someone bring something new to the table, and you always get a new fucking joke, an insider, and it's the fucking culture. I can't wait for 77, 97, 404 million more episodes of fucking Drag Race.
Let me give y'all
So-
some spoilers before I always head off. Not spoilers, but like
Well,
some
bitch, before you give us any spoilers, who do you think's gonna win?
Jimbo. She's gonna win. Uh,
You already read the spoilers.
So, no, I wish. So they're not really spoilers, but here's some inside tea. Take it as you will. Sip on this tuck tea as you will. I love this drink. Call out to Jessica Wilde on her season. Apparently, so All Star. I'm not going to give you the cast that's going around. All Stars 9 has been stopped filming because of the low ratings that All Stars 8 had. So apparently, this is like tea online. They flew out the girls for All Stars 9, and then they reimbursing them financially and holding off on taping because of the low viewings and the low money in the coin from All Stars 8. Because they said the All Stars 8 is the lowest, which I believe I agree, the lowest viewed All Star season. I was like, girl, next to All Stars 5, that one was trash. But that's the inside tea.
I believe it
Some
too,
fake
just
tea.
because I feel like we are, and we've seen a few conversations like this pop up on our TLs where we're at a point with Drag Race where it's kind of hard to figure out what is the brand in the sense of like the standard. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like not what is good drag and what is bad drag, because it's all subjective, but how do we create this like rule system that is accurate? Because you also like
Work.
think about it, right? Let's say that for this season, we're like, oh my god, like we wanted Monica to win, like we wanted Monica to see it through. They rigged it. They should have like kept her for 3 more weeks. Realistically, what the fuck was she gonna present? Because okay, bitch, are you here? Because like what the fuck?
Sorry, I
is she
have Trade
like,
texting right now. Trade is like, am I pulling up now or later? I'm like, I'm at work.
oh, that you are. So clocking again. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like imagine if we had her there for a few more like weeks, it just would have not sat right. And I know that like there were moments where questionable decisions and eliminations occurred that were like, how the fuck did this happen? How is this bitch safe? Because I'm not gonna hold you. I feel like Lala Reed really she floated through for a good amount of the season. It was like safe again,
Yeah.
like safe again, but she was worthwhile when it got time
Let's
that they had
go,
enough time
Joan.
on camera to give her a moment. You know what I mean? So I'd rather take good quality, all through and through, whether it's a surprise outfit with a drag, look, or and good commentary, than to have fucking Nisha Lopez sit there with her monotone
I
voice
just
and,
want
like not give
the
nothing.
space again. Like I feel like doing an all-star season every fucking year is kind of draining because like then you're kind of left with who's to go. Like, okay, are we gonna pull old queens who've been wanting it, and then we're gonna pull some new queens who aren't ready? Whereas like I remember the gap from like All Stars 1 to All Stars 2 was like 3 years, which is good because it gives the queens really time to reinvent. Because if you're doing an all-star season every year, it gives the queens like less of a reason to go hard on their normal one because they're like, oh, I can just go back to All Stars and really prove it. Because if they're going to bring back Serena Chacha, they're going to bring me back. And also, you have the eager queens who just were on season 15 to just want to jump in, like real quick because they're eager. And also those fucking like, what are those called? The not the NDAs, like the fucking contracts, like what Ginger Minj, she was contracted to go back on All Stars 2 a year after her season. Like she was contracted to do so, and it shows. So like production said, we should do every time a Democratic president is elected, we should do an all-star season. Because I'm not talking about the other party.
Well, you already know that is the tea, and now you decide the shade. Make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, enjoy.
We love you, Wellington. He couldn't be here today. We forgot to shout you out. He's gonna ream our asses for not giving him a shout out today. We love you, girl. Bye, Pooh.
We love you, Welly Well. Sorry, baby. We just really got into it. And, I get a little nervous in front of this motherfucking mic sometimes, but I'm still going to serve pussy. Love you. This has been brought to you by the Reality Rundown. Down. Wait, no, Rundown Media.
Media.
The talk. Beep, beep, bitch. It's the talk.
Hey, you. Do you ever watch those porn? It's like, hey, you're jerking off? You could watch live cam girls. We should do that
In your local area.
Hey, this is the talk.
I've never watched porn.